Hello, my monstrosities. Hello once again. Today I bring to you a Skinamarink movie review discussion video. Um, I finally got around to watching Skinamarink. It's pretty divisive, and as someone that likes horror, I felt I should probably check it off the list. So, a few notes before we get too deep into it. First, if you are sensitive to flashing lights and loud noises, and you haven't seen this movie already, be careful. Yes, I don't really like giving warnings for horror movies and horror in general because I feel that takes away from it. But me and my friends were not prepared for that. You go, oh, you watch with friends, that'll detract. I'll talk about that in a second. Be careful. That's all I can say. I've learned over time that there's different, levels people can tolerate. I don't know everybody's severity, so I feel like if I'm going to tell you to watch the movie, I should tell you to be careful. Next, you might be confused by the background footage that is being shown on screen. That I'm just going to say this is pretty much what the movie feels like. And I am not a large enough channel to be fighting things like fair use and copyright and things like that on my channel. So, and even then, I don't know if I want the headache. So, this is what the background is going to look like. I'm not going to play clips because I don't feel like arguing with the law. And yeah, that's that. So now, let's get into Skinamarink. With this movie, there are two camps. Either the, oh my gosh, that's the, that's the scariest thing of our decade. I can't imagine how, oh. And then there's the, that was a waste of my time. I upon finishing it, definitely fell into the category of this was a waste of my time. But after letting it rest for a moment, I can safely say that I can still appreciate it at the end. Now, the reason I can appreciate it is because I do enjoy horror and I do enjoy what the movie did at its core. But I do think I should say now it's clear I was not the demographic for this movie. When I looked at other people's reviews to see like what did I miss? What am I not getting? I realized I couldn't I couldn't feel it because I didn't have the same relations to what's going on in the film. The film Skinamarink, for those of you that are watching this without seeing the movie, it is two kids trapped in a house, not in the typical like monster house situation. Maybe, maybe not. Who knows, really? Um, and weird things are happening. Late at night, it's scary. Things are disappearing. They're asking where their parents are. Kids are scared. And you find yourself being scared with them at certain times. And that's why I can't relate to this. I am coming up on 25, and my only children are plants. I am not who this film was made for. I don't have memories of sitting up late at night watching cartoons with a sibling on a box screen TV, box TV, sorry, and like I don't. That's not that's not for me. And I'm also not a parent to a human child that is wondering what I would do if I left my kids in that situation. If you fall into either of those categories, this will probably be for you. This will probably be horrible, and this will probably generate that, oh my gosh, panic that everybody was claiming made this such a top tier horror film. Now, if you're like me, do I recommend you still watch it? That is something I've been struggling to answer with, and I still don't know if I can answer now while recording this video. If you enjoy horror and you are just looking for something to do and you just want to see what the hype was about, yeah, give it a watch. But if you are into horror and you have other things to do, maybe not. And if you are not into horror at all and you're looking to be scared, still a hot maybe. This, for me, was a very annoying film, and by friends too. And you go, well, yeah, it probably wasn't that serious because you were with friends, yada yada. Let me let me tell you, it's not to the same. Oh, we had a ladge night where it was, oh, we're watching this supposed to be scary movie together and da 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 da. No, it's not that. We did still just want to see what this movie was like and, try to take it in. Sure, we might have cracked a joke here and there, but I don't think. I'll say this. I don't think if a movie relies on you being vulnerable or alone to enjoy it, to make you uncomfortable with the things that happen in said horror, if it requires you to take all these extra steps to enjoy it, I don't think it's a good horror movie. And that's just my subjective opinion. Not objective, subjective. So you can disagree with that if you want. But if I had to do even more tweaks, like we watched it at like midnight, 1 a.m., and we were all like alone in our rooms, like we just watched it together. Um, so if it took even more steps than that, man, I think that's a movie problem and not a person problem. But having said that, I do still suggest that you do try to set moods for horror whenever applicable. Like if you're gonna play a horror game, maybe don't play it in the middle of the day while the sun is shining and your curtains are open, right? I do still feel like you should be doing things in the dark to intensify those feelings, which is what this film tries to do the entire time. It is a lot of nothing, trying to get you. I was gonna say try to get you in the mood, but I don't know if that's trying to get you in the feeling of. I wanted. I had a debate with my friend Liminal Spaces and Backrooms type beat that I saw other reviewers say too, so I'm gonna say it here as well. It feels very much like the Backrooms, where you are in this situation and you don't know what's about to happen, and you are. It's the feeling, it's the atmosphere. This movie does a very good job of setting atmosphere, but I don't know if I can give it much else. It was a very annoying film to me because, per the warning in the beginning of this video, it was just loud noises. As someone that is very desensitized from things, I have a degree in anthropology. Um, so there's, specimens to be seen. I've recently gone through some family stuff with a loss, and I've been in horror for a long time. Enjoying horror for a long time, rather. None of those things are going to get me as easily as loud noises randomly in my ear at like high decibels, right? Like that was just annoying. This, along with flashing lights out of nowhere. Thankfully, I don't have any sensitivity to that as I can know so far. I have astigmatism, which means I can't really see well when lights are involved, but that's that's about it. So I found the film to be more annoying than anything. Just a lot of, oh, it's quiet, it's quiet, it's quiet, it's quiet, it's quiet. Loud noises, loud noises, quiet, quiet, it's quiet, it's quiet, it's quiet. Like, why, why did that happen? I felt there were so many more things that could have happened. And there were a few good scares, so to speak, that appear on screen. So I will give props to that. There were definitely things that were uncomfortable on screen, right? But I can't I can't say it's something that needs to be watched as an example of how to do horror well. Now, if you are one of the categories of people this applies to that can relate to things, yeah, maybe the sounds might get you a little bit more, after you bump up your hearing aid. Sorry, just jokes, just jokes. Um, but really, if you are sitting there like, what would I do if my children were scared in the house? What would I do if that was me alone, or me with my sibling in the house, in the dark? Things are weird. What would I do if my sibling fell down the stairs and everything was in a state of panic? What would I do if I were the one down the stairs? If that's for you, then yeah, check out Skinamarink. But if you're around my age and human childless, maybe, maybe not. Overall rating of this is a 6 out of 10 for me. Maybe 5 if I'm being completely honest. But that's just because of how annoying it was to me. And you go, yeah, good movies should make you feel things. Yes, they should. But annoyance probably isn't one of those things. I don't think a good movie should make you annoyed in the end of it. So, yeah. If you've seen the movie, let me know your thoughts down below. If you haven't seen the movie and plan to, let me know. And if you do end up seeing it after, come back to this and let me know what you thought. But yeah, if you liked the video, like it. Got a comment for me, comment. And until next time, peace out, my monstrosities.